You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Hey everybody, it's Jenna today. Miss Jen will be back later tonight, and we have a super special guest, Alan. So we're going to talk about Kickstarters, and we're going to talk about grandmas, and possibly a bunny. So make sure you stick around. See ya. Hey everybody, it's me, Jenna. I'm taking over a little bit for Miss Jen for this past week, and this is my last day with you guys. Yay and sad. Oh well, but I'm super excited because I get to talk to a really good friend of ours. He chit chats with me and Jay. Well, at least Jay every day, and I think he chit chats with me at least once a week. So everybody, welcome Alan.
Hello. That's the only reason I'm here is just because I chit chat. I don't have anything else going on.
Chit chat.
Yeah.
Chit-chat. Oh my gosh. So you have a Kickstarter going on right now. Yay. Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay, I guess we're done. Is this the end of the show?
No. There's 1,000 things to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the 4th Kickstarter that we've ran, and this is for issue 4 of Pocus Hocus.
I'm only a little excited.
Just a little bit. Yeah, so Pocus Hocus is, for those of you who don't know, which is probably just about everybody, it is a Faustian tale. So it's about a man who sells his soul to a demon, but the trade he wants is his soul for actual magical powers. And, typical tradition, how these things go, it doesn't go the way he plans. And the demon who he sold his soul to comes knocking on his door and demanding his servitude. And it's just our journey following all the situations that put them into this part.
Yes. I do have to admit, my favorite part is the bunny.
Yes. Yeah, so Pocus, our main character, yes, his name is Pocus Hocus. He has a magical rabbit from hell that follows him around, and his name is Horace. And he has quickly become a fan favorite, we feel like.
Yes. I think every time you guys drop a new Kickstarter or a new thing, I'm like, okay, where's the bunny cover?
Yes.
And then I just scream, bunny!
Yeah. Yeah, Will and I, we talked about this before. It was really funny because we felt like Horace was the character that we spent the least amount of time on, but was the most popular. But I think that's just kind of how it goes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I remember you guys are doing a side story for him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes.
Okay. So the outpouring of support and love for Horace kind of transcended the Kickstarter and the Pocus Hocus series itself. Because the question that we got asked often, not even just by you, Jenna, believe it or not, but it was by a lot of people, was we want to know more about this bunny. We want to know more about Horace. And we were like, well, you know what? You know who absolutely loves this character and is kind of responsible for making it the way that it is Kit Wallace. So we approached Kit and said, hey, we know that you really like this character. What do you think about doing an 8-page mini? And I think that was probably one of the fastest yeses that we've ever received. So we decided to do a mini on the origin of Horace and how he came into Pocus's life. And we're actually going to be looking to expand on that at a future date too.
Oh my gosh. It's got to be a minimum of 12 issues. minimum of 12 issues.
Got
2
it.
trades. And I'm definitely going to need to see what was his life in hell like.
Yeah, I know. It's been a lot of fun to actually explore this character and really watch it grow organically with the story, because this is one of the characters that we didn't have anything storyboarded for, because we didn't know that it was going to get to this point.
Is Horace kind of one of those characters that you thought was just going to be there? You didn't really build this whole universe, kind of like how you did some of your other characters?
Right. Yeah. So we knew that Horse was always going to be there, and it was going to be something fun that we could kind of throw in, but we didn't know how impactful he was going to be, if that makes sense. So we've really decided to write some stuff around him too, and especially going forward into our second arc, he's going to play a pretty big part in everything, and we're really excited.
Sorry, like geeking out. This is probably in my top 5 books that I've been reading.
Oh, awesome!
Year or two, I want to say, because it's just there's been so much going on, but this is one that's like always stuck with me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, when's the next Kickstarter? When's the next one?
Yeah, I think that's the hardest part about being independent, right? Is that there's only so much time that you can devote to it, and everyone has their own lives, and we're all trying to bring this together, and we can only work so fast, but where our minds are with it, we're already thinking 3 or 4 issues ahead for where we're going to be going with it. And we get I think that's why we get so excited to talk about it, is because we know where it's going, and it's just, I don't know, it's been just such a fun ride.
Oh my gosh, I'm super excited because we actually talked the other night about something that everybody knows I have a bigger on the inside, small obsession with stickers.
Yeah, so I've heard, right?
So, did you want to kind of like tell us a little bit about some of the stuff, like some of the sticker like ideas and stuff that you have that's going into like your campaign right now?
Yeah. So I guess I want to put a pin in this one because we can come back to it whenever we dive into the campaign, because the sticker thing is actually something I also want to talk about for another campaign coming up as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think we can kind of marry those together.
Yes. Oh, I'm super excited. Like,
yeah, very. I'm just there's so much going on in my head right now that I don't even know where to begin.
and then you were telling me just for the show, it was kind of like crazy. Like you came home from work, take care of the cat, and you're like, okay, I gotta get this. This is like running around like a madhouse, and then you're like, okay, I'm here.
I still feel like I'm sweating. Yeah, I guess as any pet owner would know and understand, you leave for work, and then you come home, and your animals are usually like, cool, chill, happy to see you, whatever. But this was one of those days where you come home and the animal was sick and decided to throw up in several locations. And then you start noticing more as you're like, okay, you clean up one spot and you're like, oh my God, there's another one. And you want to hurry up and get knocked out.
Like, I got to get this done right now.
Yeah, so I felt like I got here at a photo finish.
Well, you look fantastic. You don't look sweaty or out of breath.
Oh, I feel it though. Oh God, I feel it right now.
Then we actually just took all 3 of the dogs out right before the show, and I'm like, why is it 112 right now?
Yeah,
this is go back inside.
It's a scorcher for sure.
Oh my goodness. So you've got a couple of things going on. So we've got Horus that's coming up. You've got your campaign that's coming on right now. There was something else that you had actually, I think you shared with us and on the Kickstarter, Grandma Chainsaw. And we actually do have the trailer to play. If you don't mind, we could.
Let's play it and enjoy.
Yes. Okay. I love the fact that in Grandma Chainsaw it has a little heart over the eye.
Mhm.
That's perfection.
Yeah, that's all Brian Belondo there. He whenever we made the first teaser poster for it, he did that, and it just stuck with the actual logo whenever we made that.
That is awesome. So what got you to come up with that idea?
Um, so at its core, this story is about family.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm right here with you. Let's go.
yeah, you're with it. No. This God, I don't even know where to begin with this one. So Will and I are both really big into horror.
Yeah.
And at one point we were like, well, we never want to get tired of Pocus because we have such big plans for it and for the story to keep going. So I feel like every writer, every team, they do need a little bit of a break in some juncture. And Grandma Chainsaw happened to turn out to be our break, but originally it was going to be let's do a horror anthology with just the guys, and we'll do like a couple 8-page stories and just have fun with it. The original title was Grandma Buzzsaw, and it was just going to be this short story about this grandma in the basement just hacking people up, and then she hears a knock on the door, and it's her grandson upstairs, and she walks upstairs to prepare dinner for her grandson and her husband, and it's just like this nice beautiful suburban home, like it just completely different from what was happening downstairs. And
Yeah.
we were just going to really play off that and just how fun and creepy that idea could be. And then the more that I thought about it, I was like, well, I bet we could turn this into a slasher series. And then instead of calling it Grandma Buzzsaw, let's just call it Grandma Chainsaw, because a chainsaw is more iconic and we can have a lot more fun with that, because this comic book's really a love letter to some of our favorite stuff like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Evil Dead, things
Yeah.
like that. And believe it or not, I actually have a really soft spot for the geriatric population. I was raised by my grandparents,
Yeah.
and the grandma in this, her name's Hazel, and that was actually my great grandma's name, who
Aw.
was one of the most awesome ladies on the face of the earth. So yeah, I don't know. This is also a way for an outlet for me to express some of the inside jokes that I grew up with, especially having such a big generation gap between me and my grandma, who I call mom. So it's just a way for me to kind of poke fun at some of the stuff like you see growing up, and just my reaction to it, especially those people who weren't raised with it, right?
Yeah.
And just like, oh, that's so weird. Why would they say that, or why would they do that? But it's second nature,
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, I have a feeling I'm gonna need to get 2 copies of it now. One for me and one for my nana, because that's how I was raised, my nana and my papa.
Mhm.
So yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna get those.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's so great. But yeah, so Grandma Chainsaw along with Horace. Do you have the campaign pulled up by any chance?
Jay, do you have that for us?
I wasn't sure if you
possibly?
guys had that on standby or not, because both of them are actually available as add-ons for our Ash Can. And of course, they're both previews, and all the money that we make from this is going directly into funneling for the next campaign and for the books themselves.
Hey, there we go. Jay for the
Hey,
magic.
thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. And also, we do have another trailer, and that's
See,
at the
there's
top.
my favorite horse right there.
Yes, Horace. That's the kid. This is made by the same gentleman, Jared Matthew Dahl, who also made the Grandma Chainsaw trailer, and this is our Pocus Hocus trailer.
All right, let's see it. Best Fiends.
I don't know if we have sound or not.
I'm not 100%
I
sure.
don't think we have sound.
Oh my gosh, somebody yell at Jay.
Jay, we don't have
Jay.
sound.
Jay.
Jay, you're making me look like a fool, Jay.
Well, let's just make some sound.
I've watched this enough. I could probably quote the whole thing. But yeah, just what Jared has done though, with just taking our illustrations and then turning them into this, is absolutely incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, could not be happier with how this stuff turned out. So if you guys go to our Kickstarter page, you can listen to it yourselves.
Instead of trying to,
Yeah.
I'm not very good at the sound effects, guys. I can do the commentary of Lay gasp. It's over now. Oh no, I am the sad. The teeth. No. I could do
so I did see in the chat someone said we should do a Courage the Cowardly Dog type. And it's really funny that you say that, because growing up, I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. But Eustace and Miriam, that was my grandma and grandpa. Like my grandpa was obviously at his core, he was a softie, but on the outside he was just this grumpy old man. And then my grandma,
need to chit chat about
yeah,
that.
yeah, and then my grandma, she was Miriam just because she was so loving and sweet and nice. And yeah, it's just I think that's another reason why I love Courage so much.
Oh my God, I love Courage, but in my case, it was reversed. Like my Nana was always the like,
Uh,
"What are you doing? Why are you on the motorcycle? You're supposed to be
was
driving
was
the
she
motor."
Italian too? Did she do this all the time?
No, she's French.
Oh, okay.
She's French, but my dad's side of the family, part of them are from Italy, and I
Mhm.
have that. Like I can't stop that.
Yeah, no, I get that 100%.
It was funny. When I was 18, and no, I was 17, and my Nana was 63. We both got our motorcycle license at the same time. Like we
Oh,
went and
okay.
took the course together. So she was always like, "Why are you on the back of the motorcycle? Get on the front of it. What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, Nana. Okay, I'm sorry."
Sorry, Nana, don't
Okay.
scream at me.
And then my pop would just be sitting back there like, "Yep, that's the woman I married right there."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where we're going, but we're all on motorcycles just traveling, I guess, Arkansas. Let's go.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh goodness. But being raised by grandparents does kind of change kind of certain outlooks that you
Mhm.
have and
Yeah.
some of the like phrases that you say.
Oh, yeah, like, my grandma was, I went too far in the trailer. Yeah, my grandma, obviously we're from West Virginia, so she has a lot of the Southern phrases like over yonder and, a
Bless
lot
your
of a lot of old wives' tales for stuff. So whenever I had hiccups as a kid, what she used to make me do was she would give me a cup of water, but put a rag over top of it and make me drink from it because she said that that's what got rid of hiccups, and I believed that for the longest time.
So wait, okay, hold on. I'm trying to
Yeah,
picture. So it's like a cup of like water and then a
yeah,
rag over it, and
and you
you're trying
drink
to
it.
drink through the rag.
Yeah, you just drink through the rag,
Okay.
and that got rid of hiccups.
My Nana always told me to go for a run or go running because that means my body was trying to grow, is what the
Oh,
hiccups
okay.
mean.
All right, gotcha. I
Yeah.
understand, I guess.
It's like, oh, you have the hiccups and you can't breathe, go for a jog.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I would rather have done that than look like an idiot and drink too. I wonder, I probably block it out in my head, but I wonder if I ever got the hiccups at a friend's house and they're like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "I don't know, I just need a cup of water and a rag, and then I'll be fine."
Oh, I mean, because you don't really see those kinds of things nowadays. Was there
Mhm.
anything else that your grandma would like that you don't see like parents or like people these days like talking about or doing at all?
I'm I'm not sure with that one, but obviously it'll probably come to me after this. But there's certain words that I have to really think about and say, like the word remote, because she says remote, and I said it that way for the longest time. So I had to really correct myself because I want to say remote control.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I always say remote. I have to really think about, and obviously Pacific and specific. It's
Oh,
those two
yeah.
together. Well, I think anyone that word just sucks in general, right?
English? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I have questions and I need to talk to Sean about now. English muffin pizzas.
Count me in. I don't care. Sean doesn't need to explain anymore.
No, he needs to explain to me how to do that. How do I do that?
Okay,
How do I
Sean,
make-
explain more now. Sorry, I lied.
Oh my goodness. Like I can't even. That's what I need in my life now is English muffin pizzas.
English muffin pizza.
While I'm sitting here holding Horace, because I've also got the Stabity plushie, and I
Oh,
think
okay,
I took
cool.
a picture of it one time, and I was like, "Hey, can Horace come out to play?" Or was it? Oh gosh, what was it? I can't remember now. Oh no! But yeah, I took a picture of them and I sent it to somebody. I was like, "Hey, can they come out to play?" Because my poor Stabity Bunny plushie is so lonely.
No. Well, hopefully we'll have some good Horace merch coming soon to keep Stavity company.
Yes, definitely. And all right, guys, that means it's time for our first break. And when we come back, we can talk about more grandmas, I guess. See you in a minute.
This is The Experience.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey there, hi there, ho there. You're as welcome as can be.
Hi, I'm Nancy McCann. Welcome to Friday Night Live on The Experience.
Welcome everybody to Fat Jack's Comic Crypt. Brendan, Al, Jason, hanging out.
There I am. Welcome back to Kicking It with Henry, folks. I'm your host, Henry Kumpa. It's great to be here with you guys.
So we are going to talk about books that are in stores this week.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mishmash.
Hello, and welcome to the Black Comics Universe, presented by Peep Game Comics.
And you gotta love it that the first people in a minute to skim it are creators.
Up, everybody! Welcome to another Wednesday Warriors. My name is Joey Galvez, and this is my pal Ambrosia.
Hey everybody, welcome to Space Cadet.
Hey,
What's up?
welcome everyone for another episode of I Must Ask You a Question.
Hi, everybody, welcome to Nerd News Now.
Hey, this is Rex. Welcome to Comic Collectibles.
Hey, hello all you happy people. Welcome to the Dan Wickline Show.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. This is the crazy show that we do on Thursdays called What's in the Box? What's in the Box?
Comic culture and sales.
So every time I see one of those spots, like the one that's like, well, you should be running. And it's like, JD, what was going through your mind when you were making those? I have questions. There's one about Chowder where it's like, nobody's looking at you. Nobody cares, but everybody remembers what you did to the Chowder last week. I remember. And I'm like, what happened to the Chowder, JD? Why the Chowder?
We need answers.
I spent a 2-hour show on Thursday just like, okay, JD, what happened to the Chowder? He's like, use your imagination. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. I am Southern.
Oh, okay.
Many things could have gone wrong with the Chowder. I need a specific answer. He never did. So now I'm just like, oh no, the Chowder. And now I have to be like, oh no, the orcs. Why are we having this? Oh goodness. So we are in full swing of con season right now. SDCC just wrapped up. The week before that was Comic Palooza, plus like 5 or 6 other cons were going on. Do you have any plans for visiting any cons either in your area or anywhere else during this season?
So I don't know about this season, but I was talking about it with Will, and we're thinking 2023 is going to kind of be the big year, especially which we might even try to get a couple tables set up, everything like that, especially with some of the local cons that we have around here, like KazaCon, SubasaCon, and just try to maybe just start marketing a little bit more that way too, because we feel like by that point we'll have enough product on our table too to actually start showing and be like, hey, here you go. Because I think it was, was it last year? I'm getting my my timelines crossed. I met up with Dave Lentz, our letterer, at Baltimore Comic-Con, and we had an absolute blast there. And that was the first con I've been to since since the pandemic happened and everything.
Oh, the Great Panini has really slowed down cons for a little bit, but now they're back.
Yeah.
So
yes,
we're happy.
And it was wild though, because it's the feeling you get like whenever you first go back into like a huge crowded event after the Great Panini. The whole time you're like, everyone's masked up and everything, but you're just like, oh gosh, I shouldn't be here. But then you start having a blast and meeting a lot of really cool creators and stuff. So
definitely, we just did. We had Comic Palooza where we had a big booth and it was packed. Oh my gosh, we were packed.
I think there's a video. on Jay's first experience, isn't there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I
Jay's
was
first
mistaken. I
con
wasn't
ever.
sure. Yeah.
He had never been to any con whatsoever. And I felt a little bad that I took him to, it's probably the second biggest con here in the state of Texas.
Mm.
And that was his first one.
Yeah,
and I was
run before you can crawl, Jay. There you go.
Yeah. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I should have taken him to small ones first.
Yeah.
But, oh, well, sink or swim, go.
Right.
And what was even funnier was the first day and a half was him actually working to help us set up our booth and get our booth started. So, yeah. I guess that's the best way to really, because I've been going to cons most of my life.
Right.
And they're very similar to giant biker rallies. So it's like, it's almost nothing to me. But, seeing Jay, I was like, oh, oops.
Yeah,
But
just
I'm glad
deer in
okay.
headlights type thing, right?
It was because, like, when you're a vendor and you walk in on Friday morning, you've got like 8 hours between checking in and people coming in. And you literally have to, like, set up, make your own things, all of that stuff like that. And so it was really funny. We walked in, we were one of the first vendors there because we showed up like 3 hours before you could check in to sit in line. And we weren't even the first like 15, 20 people in line. There was more people ahead of us. And he's just like, is this why we woke up at 4 a.m.? I was like, this is why we woke up at 4 a.m. This is why
this is why we do what we do.
And then we didn't even get home until midnight. And he's like, are we getting up at 4 a.m. again? I was like, yeah, we're getting up at 4 a.m. again because we have to do it again tomorrow. He's like, oh no.
Probably still hasn't recovered. I get that.
Poor Jay. So like when it comes to like your future idea of like is it like a table like signing booth, or is it just more like hanging out like near the Source Point area? Because I know at Comicpalooza we had a Source Point table with a couple of different creators there.
So I guess to give a long-winded answer for this one, to kind of backtrack a little bit, right? I don't know how to answer any future questions anymore because how everything has been going for us as comic book creators and for the series of Pocus has been happening at breakneck speeds because we never expected to even get picked up by a publisher. Because from where this is our first comic book series, it's pretty surreal. This time last year, we shipped out Pocus Hocus 1. And that's really wild to think about.
Yeah.
Like, I still can't wrap my head around it. And now we're having a trade paperback and then working on 2 other IPs. And we have a lot of stuff in the pipeline that we're funneling in. And it makes me want to vomit sometimes when I really think about it. Because like I said, it's wild because I thought that we would, go to a couple cons and just set up and maybe try to sell some stuff and maybe meet a couple of cool people and, just kind of treat this as a hobby more than anything. But then the success of Pocus Hocus 1 was really cool to see. Granted, it's the first Kickstarter experience, right? You set your goal low. 99% of the backers are your friends and family because they're thinking, oh, how cute. Alan and Will are making a comic. That's adorable. And then you go to your second campaign and it does marginally better than your first. And you don't see any familiar names on that campaign. And that's when you're like, oh no. What's happening? So that's kind of been the trajectory of everything because each campaign has gotten bigger, which is relatively wild to us and unexpected. Yeah. And it's not one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's got bigger and then we have like maybe one new backer or something like that. It's grown and it's helped us as writers and creators to know that we feel like we're on the right path and that we're delivering something that people genuinely like and want to know more about and want to get behind.
Okay, so we do have a question from Sean. So how would you say the way you grew up and where you grew up play into your writing?
Oh God, I don't know. So I guess Oh my God, I'm so sorry if I'm going to bring the room down. I'm so sorry. I'm apologizing ahead of time, everyone. So
That's okay.
turn the channel now for something happy.
Come
So
back in 2 minutes, though.
yeah, okay. The reason why I grew up with my grandparents is because my dad was an alcoholic. And then living with him for the earlier years, because I moved in with my grandma whenever I was 7. So before then, it was a lot of alone time. So I consumed a ton of media. We didn't really have cable because we didn't have a lot of money. So what I did have in my room was a VHS player, and I watched Star Wars now episodes 4, 5, and 6 over and over and over again. At Nightmare Before Christmas, over and over and over again. I had to have background noise. I had to have that. And I would just sit in my room and play with my toys because I'm an only child too. So I also didn't have the sibling aspect to grow up with either. So that's why I love animals too, is because we always had an animal, a dog or a cat in some juncture. But yeah, so I would make up stories, and I'm a weird kid still to this day. But I would just kind of make up stories and look at the world around me, and you laugh to keep from crying, right? So you can turn these situations that you would see as dark or bleak into something as morbid and dark as this sounds, into something funny. But at the end of the day, there's always that light that you can find, and that's what I tried to do. And I think that's really helped with the writing too. And I think that you can, now that we talk about it, you can kind of see that a little bit in a lot of the stuff, like especially with Pocus. The world itself is pretty dark and bleak, and the situation's relatively dire, but there's still some funny and fun moments in there, and there's light that you can see in it. Like the comic book it's a dark comedy at its core, even given all the fantastic elements and all this stuff, but you can still just have a lot of fun with it and see what kind of situation these characters get themselves into. So yeah, and there's my cat.
I knew there was a reason. I knew there was a reason we were friends.
I know.
We kind of grew up very similar, you and I.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that on another stream.
You always got to look for the light in the dark. Just always look for it.
Yeah.
And so it kind of feels like knowing that, how you have the sort of black and white with the like bright colors to it. It makes a lot more sense.
Really metaphorical when you really think about it. And it's like, as you're writing it, you don't really think about it, right?
Yeah.
But then when you go back and really have self-reflection and self-discovery, you're like, oh, okay, so this was definitely a reference to potentially this portion of my life, or this was a reference to something that comforted me whenever I was younger. So stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Now let's bring the room up. Okay, let's pull up. Let's pull up the Pocus Hocus campaign, and we can see some of the cool and fun stuff.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Sorry to get heavy-handed, but yeah.
I totally
Sean
get
asked
that.
a question that cut deep, and he didn't even know it.
All right, so while Jay is pulling that back up for us, with each of your campaigns, each of them are getting bigger. You're adding more stuff. Right. How does that make you feel with how your stuff is going? Do you know, you started off with this first campaign, a little thing that you didn't know was going to blow up, and here we are now. We're about to check out all these awesome new stuff that you added to it. How does it feel looking back on that first one to how you are now and how you plan on growing?
You learn from your mistakes, right?
Yes.
And this is one mistake well, I guess one lesson that I've learned, and I'll tell every creator listening, and I just want to shake my camera and get here. Do not make 8x10 prints. No matter what you do, don't do it. Make them comic book size so you can put inside of the bag and board. It will save you on shipping and boxes. Everyone listen to me.
Okay. We got it. Make everything one size so that way you can ship it. So does that mean I'm going to get comic book size stickers?
Yeah. No, that's what we need to do, right? Yeah.
I'm going to try. I'm so excited. Here, let me give you $25 and I just need any sticker you can think of.
Perfect. Yeah. So you learn what works and what doesn't. So you try adding little knickknacks and stuff like that to each campaign, and some stuff that's fun. But really, and we'll get into it with this one, what people really like about Kickstarter is the exclusivity of it. And since we got picked up by SourcePoint Press, that expectation has grown too, because we're at the point where all the covers that you see on the campaign are all legitimately Kickstarter exclusive. Because whenever Pocus gets released nationwide in the shops, you're not going to see these covers. We already have 4 different covers that we've already sent off that are going to be there for release. And that's really cool and kind of fun. So, so we'll get into more about that. But I think the big lesson that I always learn too is have your product, I feel like, as close as possible to completion, if not already completed, before you go to launch, because that's something that we pride ourselves on, is a very fast and fluid delivery service after the campaign ends, whether it be already going and getting the PDF out, because the paper shortage we were displeased with how long it took us to get Pocus 3 out, and we still don't even feel like it was that long that it took us. It wasn't, but it felt like that to us because we like to try to hit it as fast as possible. Because we're already working on the next thing. We don't stop. And the paper shortage is a real thing, which is unfortunate. So we really tried to plan hard for this one. Yep.
Definitely. We're getting a lot of comments. I'm sorry. We're not ignoring, guys. We promise.
No, it's okay. This would be a good time for comments too.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So yes, Jay, we can see it. You just got to keep the scrolling so they can see all the awesome covers.
Oh, if Jay can hear me. Oh, I have my own. Okay. Jay, I want you to get to this point, this print, and stop.
Scroll. There we go. Right there.
Yeah. So we partnered up with Caleb Palmquist, who is behind Unicorn Vampire Hunter and Vampire Detective in Space. I know. I love Caleb so much. Caleb
We just got all of those in too.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to read them. I feel so bad, but I just posted the stickers.
Caleb is an awesome creator, and just an awesome all-around guy to work with and to really pick his brain, because Caleb has been very successful with his campaigns, and watching him grow with each new book is just incredible. So something that we decided to do was go ahead and partner up. So you get an exclusive Pocus, Edward, and Horace print fighting vampires if you back a physical tier of our book and a physical tier of his book, of his campaign that's running right now. And of course, this promotion ends whenever the Pocus campaign ends, which is Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Ooh.
Yes, it'll be here before you know it. Oh, to backtrack just a second, another thing that I would like to tell people that are running campaigns, that I lie and tell myself every time I start a new campaign, I'm not going to check it 5 million times a day, but I do. And I stress about it, and I wish I did it. I wish I could be that guy that just sets it down and be like, all right, for 2 days, I'm not going to look at it. But then I start playing the scenarios. What if someone messages me and they really have a question about something? Or what if I sent someone a package and the package got destroyed somehow? And I wasn't able to, I know. And I wasn't able to hurry up and get back to him in a timely fashion, because that's not how we operate.
You're allowed to take a day or two. You have, you also have a full-time job on top of this.
I know. And then I also have this cat that is loving this interview right now.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We check it about that much if it's not even our campaign. Yeah. So Jay and Sean are right. They give me daily updates. Like, oh my God, they've got this many people. And I'm sitting here like, I'm in the middle of a live show.
Yeah. They're like, check this out.
Hold on. Like,
it's been exciting though, because this campaign was the first campaign we had that funded day one, and it funded in 9 hours, which was pretty awesome to actually see that happen.
Oh my God. I wish you could have seen. We literally had a house meeting with all 3 of us. And we were like, which covers do we want?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want them all.
A round table discussion.
We're not getting them all again. And I'm like, I want them all. And they were like, should we do a metal cover? And I'm like, is that really a question? Why are you asking this? Who are you?
Yes, always metal covers. So now that you brought that up, before we actually get into the meat and potatoes of the Kickstarter, that was one thing that we got feedback on. Again, exclusive covers, collector's items, and metal covers is something that actually a lot of people other than you guys asked for, and it's really cool to see the metal covers, and also the holofoil covers as well.
Oh my God, they're so pretty.
Yeah, it's incredible, and I can't wait till we get there. But here's some preview pages. These were done by Brian. Obviously, he is so incredible, and the way that Jason just knows how to capture the perfect lighting around everything, and of course, Dave's lettering goes without saying. So this is our main demon, and we have Pocus and Emily here. This issue picks up right where issue 3 left off. So I know. And for those of you who don't know, Pocus is in black and white still, even in hell, because he doesn't have his soul.
Yeah.
So we always thought that was kind of fun to keep that part in there. And his assistant Emily, she's in color because, well, guess what? She has her soul.
Well, does she now?
Oh, does she? Well, does she there?
Oh, well, no, does she now?
Yeah.
I have questions. Like, if I were to kick, so my best friend's name is Andrew, he's ex-Marine, and he's a redhead. If I kick him into hell, would he show up in color or not?
Oh, yeah, definitely, right? Unless he sold his soul at some point.
All right, so let's just keep scrolling. I want to see those covers again, so that way everybody can know
this right here, though,
how much I love them.
The anglerfish demon that we have. And the reason why we called it that is because we absolutely loved the fact that we had this radiant figure, and it kind of lures you in. And then, Jay, if you want to keep scrolling. Oh, this is the money maker. Right there.
Oh my gosh.
They did such a good job with our tree monster. We vaguely described what we wanted in the script, and Brian absolutely delivered like he always does.
Oh my gosh. I love his work.
Yeah. So this is a cover by Brian and Jason collared it. This is our main cover for Pocus Hocus 4.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's a character that you guys haven't seen yet that is in the background, looking at Pocus the Demon and Emily through a crystal ball.
I need it like now.
I absolutely love that cover. And then,
all right.
So everyone that has done a cover for us did a cover for us on issue 3 as well. So we brought back the whole team. This one's Mark Marvita's cover. I'm of course always a sucker for a Puppet Master cover.
Yes. Oh my goodness! Like all of these covers, they just keep getting better.
This is
every issue.
This is Kiki's Delivery Service homage. Yes. Yep. So this Pocus's Delivery Service, and Edward, he just did such a good job, especially writing Pocus's name in the clouds. I love that.
Yes.
And then of course we have the old. You guys may have heard of him. I think you guys talked about him at some point. Kit Wallace. Do you guys know who?
I don't know. Maybe I might be wearing his shirt.
Oh yeah, you might be. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I remember whenever we got this cover, I didn't know what else to say.
It's so pretty. They're all so pretty. Like,
and especially Horace chasing the butterfly.
Yes.
So speaking of pretty, what we have here is our first trade paperback, and this is our cover for it. It's our demon book.
This one almost put our household in a fight. They were like, okay, we're getting the trade. And I'm like, that's not a question whatsoever. Yeah. But I think you also have it as a holofoil or a metal, I think.
Yes.
And we legit were sitting there arguing for almost an hour.
You guys called me. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that, but you're like, "Ow, you didn't even need my help."
The audacity!
You just wanted to scream at me. It was the weirdest thing.
Well, I just wanted to be like the audacity to make things so pretty. It's so great, and I love it all.
The quality that these guys push out is just I don't even know where to begin. Like Brian right there, he just how he did the interwoven parts of the demon book. So yeah, this was actually something we talked about pretty early in issue 2. Emily finds the demon book, and we wanted to mimic that and put that here.
All right, so
That's what this
Now
is.
we're getting our own Necronomicon. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yes.
Okay. Well, you know what, guys? We've got our last break to take. I need to run and go buy another one so that way it doesn't get touched. We will be right back here in just a minute.
And we'll talk about the reward tiers here coming up. So stay tuned.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, we're back.
Thanks for tuning into The Experience. Help us out and hit subscribe over on YouTube and click the bell when you do. Need some help? Scan the QR code in the bottom corner.
We're back already? God. Yeah. Yeah, we're about to actually get into the reward tiers now, which I'm really excited to talk about those.
Super excited. All right, so let us see the amazingness that is all of the campaign. We'll just keep scrolling. Keep on keeping on.
Hang on, pause right there, Jay.
Oh,
just look at it. No, the horse in hell. Just
oh my God, I want it so bad.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, we can keep going now. I just have to look at it for a second.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good now. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, here's another fine lesson in Kickstarter etiquette. Make sure you don't forget to update your graphics as you go, because we have unlocked our stretch goals and have yet to unlock them on the graphic, but they are unlocked, I promise.
Oh God, look at the sticker.
Yeah, Stephanie Mooney, longtime friend of mine, and just an all-around great artist, has been with us since issue 1 for Pocus, and just working and doing stuff with us for stretch goals. She even did a cover for issue 1 as well. Yeah, she does way more than what I could ask for.
Oh my gosh, I love them all.
Yeah, the print is it's awesome. She gets, and I don't mean this as any insult to Stephanie's art, but she always gets better and better with each print she does, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, welcome in, Kenneth. Oh my goodness. So okay, so now we've got the first digital tier.
Yes, very exciting. $5 for a PDF. And that's all I have to say about that. It's just a good way just to support the project. And obviously every tier from here on out, without saying, has a PDF of at least issue 4 in it, right?
Yes.
So right here, it's just your physical cover A with the PDF. And these are all the covers that you were gushing about now coming up.
I'm gonna have to look away. I have to look away. I'm working right now.
Scroll fast, Jay. It's like taking your kid past like Toys R Us, you know,
Yes.
like holding their eyes.
Oh my gosh. Anybody wants to see him closer can pause.
Pause or just go to the campaign. Yeah, look at that kit cover. We decided to make it a virgin cover probably almost instantaneously whenever we got the art back. Dave and I just pretty much said, let's not ruin it with our logo or anything.
Oh, so pretty. And then look at this, the ketchup. I love when people add ketchup.
Right. This was something important to us because we wouldn't be here without our fans, or new and old, right? So we always want to cater to the people new coming in, while also still trying to find a happy medium of catering to people that have been with us since day one. And we'll get into that here in a minute for what we kind of did with that.
Yeah.
And then 2-pack, that's for people who like the main cover and then just want to get a variant of their choice. There it is. There she is.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, you get the trade paperback for $25 and issues 1 through 4.
That's so cool. They look so pretty.
Yeah, big shout out to Joey. Thank you for all the hard work on this Kickstarter, man. Thank you.
And here we get into the holofoil.
Yes, yeah, the 90 Kids holofoil, right? So this right here is just it's just a really cool, fun collector's item, really, at the end of the day, and it's just for vanity, I guess. you like your holofoil covers, right? So this is something that I'm a sucker for, and that is T-shirts. Jenna is currently rocking one of our shirts, and the other shirt, which we will actually get a closer up shot on a little bit later when we actually get to the add-ons, is our new tarot card T-shirt done by Brian, our series artist. Yep.
Oh goodness! All right, we're
And
scrolling.
This is the big one. It's $35 for all the covers together. So if you really do love all these covers right here, you can just get them in one tier.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure. I think we did that one with all the add-ons.
I think you did too. So yeah, and obviously I love puns. So this one's the whole kit and caboodle. For the Grandma Chainsaw one coming up, I'll go and give you guys a spoiler. We have a tier for Kit, and it's going to feature all of his covers. His cover for Grandma Chainsaw and the Horus and Hell Ashcan, and it's a catastrophe.
Oh gosh.
And then of course we have our holofoil trade paperback.
Again, it was an hour-long conversation trying to figure out how to get the paperback between all three of us, and then I had to call you and be like, "Why?"
Yeah, you just screamed.
The audacity.
So here we have the retail tier single issue, and it's just your stereotypical retail tier. You get 5 issues of 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's 20 comics all together and a T-shirt for free. So just our way of saying thank you. And this is a good one too. The trade paperback tier.
It's a really good retail one. Because I know a lot of retailers are just finding out about it. Because I think it was during the second issue that I finally told my boss. I was like, "You need to do this."
And she just happened to she missed the second issue. And she got in on the third one because I remember we talked about it. Miss Jen just happened to miss that and then got it there. So yeah. And this one right here is it's all issues, all covers, and more. And it is every cover of Pocus Hocus 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as the Ashcan for Grandma Chainsaw and Horus and Hell, just all that thrown together.
It's so pretty.
All right, and then this is the big one. It's the metal trade paperback. So all together, Pocus Hocus issue 1, 2, 3, and 4, they equate to 104 pages altogether. So that's kind of what we're looking like for a trade paperback.
Why?
Why?
Why? This one also killed me.
Yeah, so we took the issues 1, 2, 3, and 4 main covers and kind of did a buy 3 get 1 free with it, because each one of Brian's covers as a metal form is $50 each. So we decided, well, if someone's really that passionate about Brian's art and his work, we'll just put them all together, and that's where we got this. And then of course the next one, your friend and mine, Kit Wallace's issues 1, 2, 3, and 4 metal covers. Just breathe.
all of it is so pretty, and all of this is so worth it.
Or is it so shiny?
It's just it's shiny.
So yeah, and then this is the big tier. Every campaign always has their that huge tier. This is ours. It's if you really are passionate about collecting metal covers, we just threw all of them together at a discounted rate.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh,
yeah. So now this is the part I wanted to talk about too. Once we get to the add-ons, we never want our backers, new and old, anyone, to feel like they're strong-armed into buying a certain tier.
Yeah.
So each campaign we try to do an a la carte system where you can just pick any tier that you want and then know that you're going to be able to add anything else you want individually.
Yeah.
So, here we just have the PDF for Grandma Chainsaw. And then, as you go, we have all the other ones, the $5 add-on just for the comic itself, PDF for Horus and Hell, and then the physical for it as well. We also did want to go ahead and throw this on here too, and that's Ragnarok issue 1. Dave Lentz, our letterer and designer, this is his first comic book, and it's just an awesome book about an Asgardian rock band that gets kicked out of Asgard because their music sucks, and they're sent to one place that will like it, and that is Midgard, which is Earth. And it's just their quest to fight the great bummer that is sweeping the 9 realms.
That's so awesome. All right, so we have about a minute or two left.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Jay's showing off the last of this, and I'm going to have him throw up the link one more time. Tell us where everybody can find you on your socials.
Yeah, so you can find me at Twitter at Chaps of Fury, but the best way to get in touch with us is to follow us along a Kickstarter, because we have a ton of exciting new projects coming out. And for any direct questions, like I said, just shoot me a message on there, or pocushocuscomic@gmail.com, not hocuspocuscomic@gmail.com. I don't know where that would take you. So make sure you're saying Pocus Hocus.
Yes.
So again, thank you guys for having us on. Or us on. God, me and my cat. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for having me and my cat.
You did have a special guest.
Yeah, me and Athena really appreciate it. So.
Oh gosh, I'm so glad. So definitely, there is the link below. You can always go and check it out. Make sure to follow these guys, because everything they touch is gold, and I can say that from experience because I own everything that you guys.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Right.
Yeah, definitely. Because I love reading it. Like every time you guys have done something, I'm like, yep, need to read it. It's mine.
Yeah, like I said too, along with Grandma Chainsaw and Horus and Hell, we have a couple new titles too that we're also working on, that we're very excited about. And I do also want to mention that Grandma Chainsaw is the entire Pocus Hocus team together.
That is so cool.
Because we love working with Brian, Jason, and Dave so much, and we feel like if it isn't broke, don't fix it. So it's just kind of something that we wanted to stick with, because without the team that's been behind Pocus, we're fully aware that we would not be even probably talking to you guys today, because they have just been instrumental to the success. Because Brian's artwork, Jason's coloring, Dave's lettering, it's all just breathtaking. Just that first initial look of what is this? I have to know more. And then that's where Will and I come in at that point, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us, and don't go anywhere. Just refresh your page, because next up is going to be Comic Collectibles with Rex and John.
Those are some good dudes.
They are some good dudes, and they talk about really delicious food. So before I can watch that, I need to run to my kitchen and grab something to eat. So thanks everybody for joining us. Like I said, Miss Jen should be back later tonight. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.